The Podical sound.
Podcast, you can't win. Talking a good game, you can't win. Topics never lame, you can't win. Win.
Watch your average Joseph. Marvelous.
It's ridiculously funny, but funny.
Welcome back to the best no judgment zone space in the world, because neither one of us have any law degrees. I am Marvelous.
And I'm not your average Joseph.
And we are the Podical Sons. Let's start the show. How you feeling on the Sun Sunday?
I'm great on a Sunday, man. I mean, well, despite that it's minus ice cubes outside, yeah.
Canada.
Yeah.
Canada be doing that shit to you. Oh, Canada.
You know when you just look out and it's just everything is just frost? Like stuff that even shouldn't be frost is just frost. Yeah, that's what it is right now.
But you see, a lot of times and stuff, I feel like a lot of people, they try to sell me on this dream here that, what did he say? In a nutshell, they're like, it's colder when there's no snow.
Yes.
If you open up someone's freezer,
right,
and it's a freezer,
and it's a freezer,
and you don't see any frost on the wall, do you say the freezer is not cold?
The freezer's still cold.
All right. So now you see frost on this bitch. You close this bitch and you open it up and you see frost everywhere and stuff. Whatever.
Right.
It's not that cold now?
I don't have to tell you, Marv. I don't have to tell you.
All right. We here.
I think sometimes it gets too cold to snow. I think that's what they're trying to.
Too cold to snow. Oh, okay. Yeah. Give me that shit.
Yeah.
Give me that shit. Because they always like, oh, it's not that cold when it snows. Bitch.
No. It's cold when it snows and when it's not.
I'm about to say, if it's not that cold, it'll be rain, no?
Right. Yeah.
I'm done talking. Yes. Like, comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
YouTube. Welcome. See his nice green hat.
Yes, sir.
See my shiny forehead.
There you go.
All streaming platforms possible. PodicalSons.com. Like, comment, subscribe, submit, ask the Sons questions. We appreciate them. We enjoy them.
IG and Facebook, Twitter,
TikTok.
TikTok.
And all the above. All right. Let's get to some of the polls. We got a pole dance. Oh, shit. Pole dancing time. Does a great leader eat first or last? 61% said last. How you feel about that?
I agree.
I disagree.
You disagree?
I disagree.
Why you disagree?
I feel like a great leader and stuff should eat first. You want to be me. So if I'm the leader and stuff, whatever,
right?
I should make you do something, want to envy me and take my position. A good leader is a person that motivates a person to achieve their own personal agenda. Colin Powell said that.
Right.
If I'm this bitch eating last, why the fuck would you want to be a leader for?
To eat last?
Yeah, no. I might as well be a regular soldier.
Nah, as long as I eat, whether I eat first or last as the leader, I don't think I would pay much mind. And I'd rather eat last as the leader and make sure that everybody eats. And if I gotta sacrifice myself not to eat, then I just.
The military, I hadn't seen like they served the generals and all types of stuff before they served the regular soldiers. The military got that shit right. I don't know why regular people got that shit right. Shit. How the hell am I supposed to help lead us to greatness and stuff when they're on an empty stomach? I'm going first.
You going first?
Yes. All right, 61%. I am not mad at y'all. Now, next poll. Could a man change a woman? 73% said he can.
73% said he can? What did you say? You said no? Why you clapping?
Look, motherfucker. God. Let me put my Dr. Phil hands together. Okay.
All
right.
And was it a mixture of men and women who jumped in and said, or was it was heavy one side? Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna play so nice. Now look at me. I got my little questionable pose. Look, I just look at it like
because it seems like a question that you would give a heavy one-sided answer for a particular demographic.
I feel like this: men and women could be changed.
Yes.
in general.
Yes.
And like I want to say in a heterosexual relationship. I just feel like majority is favored or top heavy where women change men more.
Okay.
Men might want women.
Mhm.
I might look at that woman and say, I need you to be the ultimate porn star. So whatever they doing in the movies, I need times 2.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And then the woman and stuff, she'd be like, I'm not some kind of video hoe. I'm not about to do all that type of stuff. And we look like, okay, clearly I can't change you.
Right.
But I don't like the colored mustard. So now she want to come, ooh, babe, I think you look so cute in this mustard button-up shirt.
Right.
Nah, that's not my speed. Well, this is the reason why I don't buy you shit and everything. Like, I try to do a little for you. It don't work out for you. Now you're out here putting on a mustard shirt looking like, I look stupid as fuck just to get a hug tonight.
Just to get it.
Women change men.
Right.
So do you agree?
I agree.
Oh.
I agree. Yeah. I think it's possible for a man to change a woman as well, but I don't think it happens as often.
Nah, that's it. I feel like there's like, let's go 80-20. 80% of the times women change men, 20% of the time men change women.
I'll say this. Women change men and women change themselves.
Elaborate for my black ass. Tell me something.
Well, a woman will want to change before. A woman will want to change for herself if she feels that it will make her man more happy.
I don't know if I run into that.
You've never run into that?
I feel like it might. I'm not saying it. Like I want to say human behavior is a hell of a thing.
It is. It is.
I'm not disregarding it. I'm just saying like from the tell of the tape things that I've seen, it's kind of rare, but it happens to the point where like, okay, I'm thinking about a workout thing.
But I think it's rare. Though. Here's the reason why I think it's rare.
Okay.
I think it's rare because men don't want to create anything. They want it already made. So they'll go out looking for what they want as opposed to looking for something that they can make into something else.
You think so? I feel like some dudes and stuff, that's what I always feel about when it comes to older men and younger women.
Right.
I feel like if there's like a nice gap between them and stuff in the age-wise, I feel like the dude can basically mold her into like the type of woman he might want compared to a woman that might be close enough to his age and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Where she's already kind of molded and stuff to what she is.
I don't even think, when I see the age disparity, I think dudes don't really care about the future with that chick. They just want the young feeling that is given, right? And all the activities that comes with dating a young woman.
I'm tired though. I can't keep up with a young chick. And she wants to go rock climbing and everything like that.
Right.
I just want to climb in my bed. Like I don't want to.
You just want to climb in your bed. You want somebody who can climb in your bed just as fast.
Yeah.
Just as fast, right?
Yeah, I don't want to do no super adventurous shit like that. Let's go kayaking across like the Georgian Bay. No, we can fuck right by the Georgian Bay and we can watch the sunset when it's warm. I don't know. The young girl appeal, it gets me like so much until I realize the age. Like I'll be on IG and I'll look at a woman and stuff and be like, damn, I seen one and stuff the other day. Like, you couldn't tell me she was 21. Blew my mind.
Right.
She's about like my age or something. She's like some Claire Huxtable type. And she's like, 20, my 22nd birthday is coming up. I'm like, you lying. You need to stop.
Yeah.
This is 2022. You need to drink some truth serum. And stop lying to these people about how old you are. And even like there's other people and stuff was commenting and stuff and like, damn, I can't believe, I thought she was actually like 30. I was like, people say I look good for my age and stuff. And Go ahead.
Would you be more turned off by the age itself or just the maturity of that age?
I think the age.
Yeah. Because if let's say she was 21, 22, but had the maturity of a
40-year-old?
Yeah.
I'm about that. But I'll still be kind of put off from the age number thing, whatever. Like, I don't know. Cause I remember there was like I went out one day, and it's like in 2019 before COVID. I went out one day, met a girl. I noticed I said girl. And when I seen her and stuff, like, we're talking, you know, we exchanged numbers and everything like that. And be like, all right, cool. So we're in conversation and stuff. And she said to me, she's like, something about age came up. I'm like, oh, I said, well, I'm getting too old for this. She's like, how old are you? So I'm like, at the time I was 34.
Right.
So I'm 34. She's like, oh, she's like, yeah, she's 28. I'm like, that's all the pretty images I had in my head. It's like someone took like a hammer, like sledged all the motherfuckers like,
But 28 that far from 34 though.
I know, but then I was looking at stuff, I'm like, yo. So I asked her, I'm like,
yeah.
I'm into, you know, like, I told them, like, I feel like we have different states of mind. Especially for women under 30.
Right.
I feel like you still think the world revolves around you. And she's like, no. That's not how it is. Why men always think that women feel like that and everything. I'm like, okay. White forward. And then it was like maybe a few weeks later or something like a conversation took place.
Right.
And she said to me, she's like, it's not even like you take time and stuff in the day to hit me up or address me or call me and stuff like that. I'm like, I shot you a good morning text message. On my lunch break, I said, hey, how's your day going so far? And in the evening, we talked and we met up.
Do you think it's a misnomer when they say, like, it can work because women mature faster than men?
I can agree to that, depending on the, I want to say how far the guy maturity is. Because remember, you still got guys, I don't know. And I'm not shitting on nobody and stuff. If they still on the block, they still hustling and stuff. But I feel like if you're 40 and you're still hustling on the block, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
You should be on some kingpin shit where you don't have to touch the block. You got your little soldiers for you and everything.
Well, of course, yeah.
I feel like there's some growth that didn't take place. So I feel like
in drug dealing on the block, that's entry level. That's where you start.
Right.
That's entry level. So
now
if you're 40, it's still at entry level.
Right. And I feel like there's some dudes and stuff for them that like, their mind won't be right. I want to say kind of right to probably about close to their 40s.
Right.
I'm like, and I'm not shitting on our species and stuff, but I just feel like some dudes just don't. What means the world to them and what means the world to me are two different things.
Yeah.
But I've seen some guys and stuff, whatever. Maybe the guys I've met from my world, this is my experience and my opinion.
Right.
They're not there. And I feel like the women and stuff, whatever, in their lives help bring them there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I say like women change men. And I feel like, it gets to the point where like these guys and stuff would be like, nah, they're not seeing a vision. Be like, yo, bro, like you're just slanging dick everywhere. She's trying to hone you in, keep on some decent shit, trying to get you out of the nonsense, out of the bullshit. How you not see that for your damn self?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it takes like a solid woman and stuff with this, you know, stable mentality saying like, hey, this gotta shake. If not, I'm gone. And then that's when some dudes might try to tighten up.
In this day and age, kind of hard, right? Because again, if we're looking at this, if we're still looking at women mature faster than men, at 40, he's got a woman, let's say, that's maybe more than 5 years, five or anything more than that years younger than him, right?
Okay.
In this day and age,
fuck that. Say 35. Say he's 35.
He's 35.
Give him 35.
Okay.
I'm gonna say she's 28, 29.
Okay. He's 35, she's 28, 29, right? The 28, 29s that we know, the like majority, let's give it like let's give it almost like a percentage. Do you think their minds are at the majority, the maturity as, let's say, back in the day when this statement was considered applicable?
No. I want to say now and then, no. I feel like
Because I almost feel like the 20 and 29s that I see floating around,
women or men?
Women.
Yeah.
Not as mature as I would like them to be.
Right. And that's the thing. It's like it's still me.
Right.
And that's the thing I'm always afraid of, whatever, right? Because I look at it stuff as that if you're meeting somebody, even if somebody says they tell you their 2-year, their 2-year, their 3-year, their 5-year plan,
right?
You can hear how like they're willing to accept people or bring people into their world.
Yes.
So if I'm talking to somebody and I'm like, well, I would like, maybe like in 3 years time frame and stuff, whatever. My evenings look like I leave work, I be with my significant other, I have a little din,
right?
Kind of watch a little movie, crack some jokes, and we go to our bed to repeat the process. So that set woman can hear like, oh, okay, well, he's looking to plug somebody into these blank spaces.
There's somebody in the equation.
I feel like when I'm having a conversation with these 28, 29-year-olds or these approaching 30s,
right?
Women, let's say out of 10, probably 1 that might talk like they're willing to plug in people. Because even women now, I feel like the women that I've talked to recently and stuff, or dated like recently and everything, there's no really plug in. There's like one, official girl type of talk. One.
Right.
The rest of them and stuff is kind of like, I can do better all by myself.
Get in where you fit in.
Yeah.
I'm not plugging you anywhere.
Yeah.
You get in where you fit in. Where I want you to fit in.
I was like, so I know like 2 women who are homeowners and everything. And I looked at one, I was like, could you see yourself living with a guy?
Right.
And she's like, I don't know. He has to sell all his stuff though and come live with me. I'm like, that's not cohabitating.
Why does he gotta sell all this
exactly.
stuff? Why don't both y'all combine stuff together?
Nada. Me. Not team.
I can see if some of the items were duplicate and it just don't make no damn sense. But y'all gotta come together first and figure that out.
I was looking at stuff. I'm like, yo, I said when I do the house thing,
right?
I always wanted a lazy boy.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want a lazy boy, and that's my chair. So they know, like when I walk into the house,
that's it.
That chair should be free.
Should be empty.
Should be empty.
Yeah, only butt groove in it is yours.
Exactly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I said to one woman stuff. I'm like, oh shit, you got I'm like, I could live here and stuff like that. But I'm like, yo, you have to make room for a lazy boy. Nah, it doesn't go with the aesthetic here.
Ah.
And I was like, so we can't just change around the aesthetic and everything? She's like, nah. So I was like, so I gave a hypothetical. I'm like, what if I was to live here with you and stuff like that, right?
Right.
She said to me, you could put that shit in the basement. So I'm like, okay, you can find me in the basement. Why you want to be so far from me? Because you won't let me to come upstairs with the lazy boy. Men
You'd have
can't
just
change
killed it.
women. That's what I said. In my opinion,
She probably haven't been to the Lazy Boy site lately. Have you been to the Lazy Boy? They got some nice shit. It's not the old big.
they got shit to match shit.
Exactly.
They got shit to match shit. They're like, yo, you want this? They even got the thing to plug in for the fake aesthetic to be like, all right, so your living room color is gray, black, and white. All right, well, what about this color, lazy boy? About this or this? They trying to give you the aesthetics to work with.
Of course.
Nah. In my world, men don't change women. Women change men. Okay. Next poll. Are young people today too sensitive? 89% said yes. How you feel about it? You agree?
With that, yeah.
See, I'm on the fence with that. Like, I want to say kind of, because I've had conversations with, okay, so I don't like when they overuse like triggered.
Okay.
Not everything somebody's going to say is going to be your cup of tea.
Right.
So the fact you got to mention some shit that's like, be like, you did what? No, that word gets me triggered, okay? I get triggered. Kind of sense of entitlement. That's a sense of entitlement right there.
Right.
For you to stop what the fuck I'm saying and stuff.
Yeah. You can no longer say that word around me.
Yeah. So I'm looking like, what? These kids and stuff, they're like that. But I feel like they're just more vocal than what they were and stuff back then.
Okay.
So that's why I don't feel like they're too sensitive. But I feel like back then it's kind of like, I guess like from the doctrine I was raised with and stuff like, yo, picnic should know their place. Children should know their place.
Say patois once more time for us, please, Marv.
Picnic should know their place.
Okay. Yeah. That's for our Yardie and Jamaican fans.
Yes, yeah. Picnic should know their place. Whatever. When big people talk,
When big
you
people
hold
talk.
a corner.
Yeah, that's it.
When grown people are talking, you
Yeah.
go to a corner, okay? This is not the kid conversation.
AKA leave the room.
Leave the room.
Leave the room.
So I'm raised on that type of doctrine.
Right.
Right. And now these kids are plugged into the conversation.
Right.
Now I guess if it gets like quote unquote might sexually get explicit,
Yeah.
that's when these kids and stuff might be excluded from the conversation. But in any case,
Yeah.
even a regular conversation and stuff about like how people act or specific people, like if you and I are talking about somebody, you'd be like, I don't like how her behavior is, and you're like, I don't like how his behavior is, and there might be a kid that's plugged in right here.
Right.
We're not telling that kid to leave because we're not really saying anything with explicits.
Right.
So this kid now just automatically feels like they're big
They're
shit now.
privileged.
Yeah.
They're privileged.
They're privileged.
Privileged.
So I was like, nah, hold your corner, man. This ain't for the young.
Yeah. I can see that.
And so since this is happening so often now, these kids are now more vocal. Like I was watching.
Feel like they can have a say.
Mm-hmm. I seen one parent and stuff, whatever, tell the kid in it was a grocery store I was in. Kid's like, yo, I don't want to have this snack. Right? So the mom's like, well, okay. Well, I can buy you another snack and stuff. Like, no. The kid's like he's like less than, because even with the mask on and everything,
Right.
like he's less than like 10. Or if anything, he might be like a tiny ass 12.
Yeah.
And he's like, why do we always have to buy from blank grocery store? Why don't we buy from like Whole Foods and everything where the food is more healthy? Bitch, where your money at? Are you buying this shit? You got Whole Food money? Like, and that's what I'm saying. I could have a conversation like that with my mom.
Right.
If we drove past a fucking McDonald's, whatever, and everything like that, whatever,
Right.
I hope that she want to go. Be like,
Right.
Mom, why we can't go to McDonald's? You have McDonald's money?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, eat that?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm glad you brought that up. Okay. So now, is it the fact that we were not as vocal, or the fact that we had damn sense? Because I was thinking
we weren't that vocal.
We weren't that vocal.
We weren't that vocal.
But, I mean, there's situations where we did say something, and there's other situations where we might have been about to say something, but our brain processed and said,
danger, alert, alert, a backhand is coming.
These kids don't have that.
Well, we created that though. I want to say the parents of today created that.
Mm.
I feel like they put no stoppages on certain type of things.
Right.
Like I had a conversation and stuff with, I know a woman. She was a 15-year-old. She was a 13-year-old. You're allowed to curse. So I said, I'm curious why. She said, if they're over double digits and stuff, they're allowed to curse. They're just not allowed to curse at her.
Right.
She said, eventually, I know when they're with their friends, they could curse and stuff. I'm like, yeah, but I'm not allowing certain type of things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I turned 21 way before I had like my first alcoholic drink with my mom.
Right.
When I was younger, she used to be, pour a little wine cooler up in the cup and everything, little champagne, you know what I'm saying? But for me to say like, yo, I'm about to sit down and hold a drink with the moms, or the moms like we're in eye shot of each other. Yeah. It wasn't happening.
Right.
It wasn't happening. I feel like there had to be like a level of like respect. Like I didn't lose my sense. Some of these kids, they already in it. So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't know if they're sensitive. I just feel like they're speaking their mind because these parents have already paved the way for them to speak their mind.
Right. Give them the privilege.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No. I could definitely see where you're coming from with that.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel like though we may have not been as vocal, but at the same time, we had sense and knew when and where it was our place to speak.
We were taught that. Though.
Yeah. I don't think that's, again, most likely because of the parents, most likely because they allow you to be in the conversation, most likely because you might be in the conversation and not saying anything for them to say, hey, shut your mouth, mind your business, and what you hear in here, don't leave here. right? Because as a kid, you would have got that instructions growing up. You know what I mean?
Almost. I got it more.
I've got it a few times, but you hear it, it don't leave here. So you grow up with that understanding that certain things, it's better to just shut your mouth
Mm-hmm.
and leave it alone and not put out the. I don't feel like
Okay.
I don't feel like they got that.
And when I used to live in Florida when I was little,
Right.
right? My mom. Okay. Let me start off with this. Chinese brush. You know what a Chinese brush?
I know what. Yes.
You know what for the listeners at home,
Yeah.
you don't know what a Chinese brush is? Basically like a Jamaican form of Viagra
Yeah.
to keep the dick hard.
Yeah.
My mom.
I think it ran competition with Stud 100 back then.
Yeah, I heard about Stud 100.
You had China brush and Stud 100.
Stud 100 is like you sprayed over the shaft of the dick. And then you can fuck forever.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't like where that's going.
Yeah.
Because I feel like your dick's still hard, but you still can fuck forever. I was like, I don't like it. I was kind of scared.
What was it? No. I was gonna say the progenitor to all of this was Spanish fly, but Spanish fly was supposed to just make you horny. It wasn't making you last long.
Right.
Okay.
So now with the Chinese brush thing now, my mom grew up with said dude around her age.
Yeah.
And I guess allegedly he used Chinese brush.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
She called the man Chinese brush. Me growing up in America,
Yeah.
don't know what the fuck a Chinese brush is, but I'm thinking that this is this man's name.
It's nickname, right?
This is his name.
Yeah.
So now I'm at his house and stuff like playing with like, his kids and everybody was just running around and shit.
Yeah.
Brother thirsty. I'm like, hey, Mr. Chinese brush, can I get something? Whoa. Marva, come get your son. She said, hey, come here. Let me talk to you real quick. Come here to me. Don't you dare use that shit around here. All right? So I'm looking like, I said, Mr. Chinese brush. They're, whoa. You need to slap him. This kid's a wild one. Right? But I'm like,
Yeah, I heard it in passing.
come on.
I heard it in passing. No, it's not brush. He's not brush.
I was like,
He
no.
ain't brushing.
I look like, and she's like, his name is Lloyd. I'm like, well, you've never said his name was Lloyd until now. I'm sorry, Mr. Lloyd. Can I have some soda now, please? Then I was like, yes. You see what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't a conversation for me.
Right.
But the parameters and stuff, whatever, was now put in place because I think she probably thinking like, he's probably going to say
Right.
Mr.
Exactly.
and everything. But it was like a few other Misters around. So I'm like, Mr. Every man look my way. I'm like, no, you don't live here. He lives here.
Well, she might just thought you in the room and not even paying attention to the conversation that they're having, right? It's like that a lot of times that's something that happens. They just feel like you're not, and kids are so fast, they grab everything.
I ain't grabbing no Spanish fly.
I'm
not grabbing no China brush.
And no Stud 100?
Stud 100. I looked at the canister one time.
They got the horse on it.
It had like a little My Little Pony on it. I didn't like how
That's the stud.
Because I was looking at it, I was like, I just kept reading it. I'm like, if this is not FDA approved, I'm not fucking with it. Because
Dude.
I don't want to fuck with anything, put nothing near my body.
China brush. I'm like, what? I was like, what the hell is so? How it's been explained to me is that it's like a vial of some Chinese medicine. It's in liquid form, right?
Ginseng, ginkgo, yeah.
Right. So it's like the cap itself.
Like a dropper?
No, it looks like a drop, but it has a long stem, and at the end is a cotton swab that sits in the liquid. So when you take out the cotton swab, you're supposed to brush that shit on your dick. Hence brush.
Oh, I get it.
Hence brush. So I was like, okay, that makes sense. Because I was like, China brush. I was like, how the hell that's supposed to do? How the hell is supposed to work? What?
Yeah, that's just how I get hurt before. I was like, Chinese. I'm like, so I take a brush my dick and it says made from China. I'm like, ow. I think it's gonna make me a lot soft and
I'm
hard.
about to say if you continue with that, probably just numb your shit right completely.
Actually, you might not be lying. You might be on this. Yeah, I was like, nah. But no, like I said, these kids, they're vocal.
Yeah.
I feel like they're way vocal and stuff like that compared to what we were. And I think because we didn't come from that time, I think that's why we look at it like they're sensitive, that we complain about everything. Because we probably complain about tons of stuff in our heyday, but we just couldn't be vocal enough to complain about to our parents.
Is that, you think that's a good thing or a bad thing? I'm thinking about that now. What do you think about that?
I feel like it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
The reason why I feel like it's a bad thing, because from 0 to 17, you're a child.
Right.
From 18 to, let's say, average person might die until like 65.
Right.
That longer time, you're an adult.
Right.
And I feel like let kids be kids.
Mm.
So these type of conversations, certain type of things that you can't do, you can't participate in.
Yeah.
It's okay. When you get older, you have all the time in the world to participate in these things.
Right.
But for now and stuff like that, we're giving you things in dosage.
Right. Right.
In small doses. Because I want to say, like, in even, like, you know, some people, I don't even know the legal age to leave a kid, that a kid is okay to be at home by themselves. But I feel like
I think it's 14.
okay. And I feel like if the kid and stuff is more mature enough, whatever, like,
right,
let's say 4th grade.
Yeah.
That's at 10? Yeah.
Probably around there, yeah.
Yeah, 5th grade is 11, 12th grade is 12 is 6th grade. Yes. Let them stay.
Mm-hmm.
Let them stay, because they know what the fuck a fire safety is now.
Yeah.
We want more to think, like some of the basic kind of mechanics.
Yeah.
So
especially now when there's so much ways to get in contact with, you know what I mean? It's like,
kid, yeah.
You got a cell phone, they can call you right away. It's not like before where you were like totally unreachable once you stepped out the house.
But right, but I wouldn't want the kids to fucking leave the house unless I give them permission. See, I'm different. See, I'm gonna kick them with an old school type of thing. Be like,
no,
yo,
I mean when you leave them by themselves inside the house. When you step out,
you got the house phone. I'm calling the house phone. You better answer
and
that
if something
shit.
goes on, they can contact you, right? It's not a situation where, you know what I mean, they're totally lost if something happens at the house.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Even if cell phone, no, you have landlines.
Right.
We had landlines.
Yeah.
Whatever. And like if I don't have a landline, damn, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Times the landlines and stuff is not obsolete.
Mm.
Sure. Have a phone or whatever. Contact me if some shit pops up. But I feel like it's more of a bad thing that we try to let these kids try to be more grown than what they are.
Yeah.
So soon.
Well, I wasn't looking at the aspect of being grown so soon more than
The vocal?
being vocal.
And so
Because I'm like, if I'm like part of the problem up to this point, I think with society is that a lot of people are closed mouths and not saying what they truly feel.
mm-hmm.
And you have a good portion who may be thinking the same thing but are afraid to say it.
Well, then it's not what you say, it's how you say things. It has to be come off in a respectful manner, because
Right.
I don't take disrespect any space, shape, or form. Right? Like my thing is, if you come at me with respect, you come at me and you get respect.
Right.
The energy you give is the energy you get. So I couldn't see myself having a conversation with a kid coming at me like with high volume and stuff about something that they want me to do.
Right.
Be like, Dad, I want you to buy the. Is that you, God? You're telling me to murder some child that might come from my nutsack?
Yeah.
Because this motherfucker should not be speaking to me like this in this type of tone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I could never imagine talking to my mom or something.
Oh, no, of course not.
But that's what I'm saying. But some of these kids and stuff today, like they played Call of Duty one time years ago. Yeah. This kid sound like, if I was like at least like in my early 20s or some shit like that, this kid seemed like he's probably like in 12s or something. Like, Mom saying something, no, I'm playing Call of Duty, Mom.
Right.
I'd be toothless.
Yeah. Yeah.
I go to school with black eyes and lumps on my head like a unicorn.
So again, the parents are allowing that, I believe, for it to get to that point. But if then I feel like a lot of them are not putting the restraints on the stuff for them, because I feel like some of them the conversation is like this, and then some of them and stuff that like the attitude will just pop up instantaneously, and the parents won't shut shit down. Right. Because me, I'm looking at them like, all right, it went from being vocal, have your opinion, to like it's downright I deem it disrespectful and stuff for them. Okay, wait, what? This ain't my house. And I was like, I should be taking a 10. Yeah. Because y'all do shit kind of free. And like the free reign parents and like the strict parents. Yeah. Like if you're free reign and you give your kid ability to speak any space, shape, or form. Right. I'm not for that. I'm not for that. Yeah, no. Because I believe there's got to be constraints. You got to give them constraints, I guess, within what they're saying. Allow them to say it, but I don't know how to properly word it, give them borders to what they're going to say,
Mm-hmm.
frame it properly,
Yeah.
possibly, right? But I mean, I look at the Occupy Wall Street movement, right? And the majority of those in that movement
Mhm.
were young people, right? And I'm pretty sure there's people older than them that wanted to join them, but again, just that generation does not have the wherewithal to go just speak their mind like how today's generation does.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it's I don't know, maybe I look at it as probably maybe a good and bad thing. Good if they can do it within a context. So properly form your argument, not make it argumentative, where people it comes off combative. But again, still speak your mind.
Yeah, speak your mind, just with respect and boundaries.
Yeah.
Because
I agree.
like I remember I seen some thing and stuff where the girl, she told her parents, "I'm gonna be modeling alcohol with my hands and stuff like that." And the pops responded back, he's like, "Are you dumb? What's wrong with you?" and everything. So the kid responds, "I'm gonna make $100,000 a year."
Right.
And the father responded right back, "I do apologize for my statement before."
Why didn't you lead with that?
And that's what I'm saying. You're not raising no tone.
Yeah.
You're not getting out of pocket. Be like, "You guys never understand me. You never let me do what you get donkey punched like that." And that's what I'm saying. So people, like when I hear some people like, "Well, I don't hit my kids because I got hit and blah blah blah." I'm like, I got hit. I think I'm kosher. I'm like, I don't have a criminal history. No situations with the law.
You're good.
I'm good. I'm for hitting.
You're good.
I'm for hitting.
Yeah.
So, Now, last one. True or false? The older you become, the more conservative you become. And 71% said true.
I said true for that.
I said true for that. I feel like we do come to a point, like I said before, we do come to a point where we're trying to understand some things,
Right.
right? And once we get the understanding of some things, we move a little bit different. Like, let's say when you're young and you're dating.
Yeah.
You're out here and stuff, whatever, just trying to get it in, put up numbers as a man and shit like that. Girl, you're just enjoying yourself and seeing, which sucker can buy you food and this, that, and the third before you have to give them anything in particular.
Right.
Until it comes to a point where like, yo, it's not quantity, it's quality.
Yeah.
And I feel like when it comes to like the quality and everything, you start to identify it's more of a conservative type of aspect. And you hone in on some bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't like noise like that, like I used to. I used to be the noise maker. I was that loud ass kid. I would go in with the friend. Okay, God. I'm still a loud ass adult.
Yeah.
But I want to say I go in there with like more respect because I don't want to witness all of that shit. Like even when I go to a restaurant, and everything. Like it's something like not really a full of like sit down and kind of eat and go.
Right.
And when I'm in those type of places and stuff, whatever, when those kids come in there, they annoy me.
Yeah.
The ones that come with all the noise.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Be acting a fool. Dead ass. Yo, dead ass. Dead ass. No, for real. Yo, mad.
It annoys me too. It annoys me too, Marv. But then you're right. I quickly have to remind myself that I was not much different
right
growing up.
But you're older now.
I'm
more conservative.
I'm older now and I'm more conservative. And right after I remind myself, I just go back to being mad. Because it's still going to be a piss off. I'm trying to be peace. Yes, I passed that stage. I don't want to be reminded of it. Reminds me of the story that was told in the movie Colors.
Colors.
It's the movie, the old gang movie with Ice.
Oh, yeah.
And Emilio Estevez, I think, played one of the police officers. I can't remember. But they're on they're on top of the hill, the two police officers, and they're looking down at the gang members down at the bottom of the hill. I'm paraphrasing. And the rookie or the young guy is like, yo, he wants to just go down and just, you know what I mean? Like, get all of them, right? So then the older cop starts to tell him the story. And hope I remember that. I'm paraphrasing. He's like, there was 2 bulls. There was a father bull and a son bull, right? And they're on the top of the hill, and they look down and they seen a whole bunch of cows, right? And then so the young bull looks at the father bull and says, let's run down there, grab one, and fuck that bull, right? And then the father looks at the young bull and says, no, let's walk down there and fuck all of them.
I heard that expression before.
And I was like, there is the difference with maturity and wisdom. Whereas when you're young, that's not even on your plate. You want to go and not realizing, hey, certain things that you can get to, you don't have to rush it. You can take your time. You don't have to risk everything at that moment. You take smaller steps, you can negate the risk. So when I'm younger, man, play sports, do all type of things, go to roller coasters and shit. Now I'm older. I know my body mechanics ain't that great as they used to be. And certain things, what I used to do, if I attempt them now, could possibly land me in the hospital. So let me think wisely about certain things.
Preach.
Let me be that old bull.
Shut him alone.
And not that young one running down to go fuck one cow.
I know that's right. I think, yeah. I don't want to dictate or speak for the people and stuff or speak for the masses, but I feel like it'll do you justice to get more conservative the older you get.
Right.
Right. I can't speak for the dance hall Peggies out there, Smooth. You know what the fuck I'm talking about? Because I think that some of them should be picking up a Bible or some shit like that, but they still out here looking tired of shit.
Yeah.
Trying to still club it and kick it like they 20-odd something years old and everything like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like if you got like at least a 30-year gap on your kids, y'all shouldn't be going to the same damn club.
Nah. We're not saying that you shouldn't be partying. Nah, we're not saying that.
I'm in a different party.
Yes.
I'm in a different party.
Yes.
Like, you're too young to be here.
Yes.
We ain't playing your music here.
Right. 100%.
We not playing your music here.
You meant to be down the hall. The function you're supposed to be is down the hall. You got the wrong function.
All right, man. Let's get off this pole dance. Pause. No, fuck it. I don't care. R.I.P. Sidney Poitier.
Yeah, man.
R.I.P. Bob Sagat. How you feel about Sid?
That one, it was weird because I think with most of what he's done was such a long time ago that him not being in my immediate radar for such a long time, it doesn't. I don't think it just hits me as I think it would. Like, let's say, my parents if they were around.
Oh, okay.
Like Sidney Poitier would hit them. And even when I was talking to wifey about it, because she had let me know, she said because he was just popping up on the timeline when everything started happening.
Okay.
But then she was like, even her, she was like, I understand who he is and what he meant, but should I feel bad because I don't feel impacted by it? And I said no, because by the time you would have been growing up and stuff like that and getting into watching movies and so forth like that, he had already been finished, right? It's like, but I can see why he's flooding on the timeline because for a generation, he's their Denzel Washington.
Right.
Right? He's there. What's the new guy that's popping up on this scene there? The one that was in Black Panther there, and he played the lawyer in another movie. Killmonger. Yeah. Like, those may not know Denzel Washington movies, But the generation coming up are gonna know Michael B. And he, hopefully he goes on to have just as a luxurious career as Denzel and Sidney Poitier, where they can say now, oh, he's our Denzel Washington, right? So I can see the impact. But yeah, man, it's like he's paved the way for so much. So when I look at it from that perspective, I'm like, okay, yeah, like this. I think he needed to be celebrated more than what was given to him.
That was my thing. My thing and stuff is that, and there's no shade to Bob, but I just looked at it stuff as where Sidney Poitier was kind of like a Cicely Tyson type of dance.
Right.
Where like this man has done so much from that time, from way back when and everything. Like part of the Bill Cosby, we probably won't know Bill Cosby if without the Sidney Poitier movies and stuff like that they did together to kind of come up with it.
Right.
I'm not doubting Bill Cosby's like fame.
No, yeah.
But I feel like those things help catapult him into like a further trajectory.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I looked at it like that. I was like, yo, Sidney Poitier did a lot. The awards, he's won like first African-American person to win like, Oscar, everything like that. These are big type of big type of deals. Like the stage, the Broadway stuff, the Raisin in the Sun.
Yeah.
And all that type of, he did the original, then Diddy brought it back, and then Diddy did his and stuff, whatever, because Diddy was the father. So I'm like, he's been making moves and stuff like that. And the time frame stuff, like what you were saying, I get it. Cause it's just like, it's the same conversation I always have pertaining to like these young kids, these younger rappers.
Right.
I think it was Yachty. Yachty's like, I was born the same year Tupac died.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if I'm growing up, I'm telling you, I never grew up to Tupac and everything like that. You guys shouldn't shit on me because he's not my type of rapper that I grew up with.
Right.
I'm like, I'm supposed to know. I know who he is. I know who of the person and stuff of what they did in the past or whatever. I'm not saying like you're supposed to fully like forget them, but a lot of times and stuff I feel like maybe because the social media world kind of came up after he had his run, the people like him, actors and stuff.
Right.
After they had their run, and if they're not like prevalent like that, we're like scandal because we love dysfunction.
But you know what though? Even I would say, come on, man. It's gotta be it's also gotta be our fault, right? Like we gotta hone in on our legends and realize that nobody's gonna give them the spotlight that they deserve unless we give them the spotlight.
Absolutely.
That we deserve, right? Like,
well said.
Like we know there's generations who know who John Wayne is.
Yeah.
John Wayne stopped doing movies and acting decades ago. No different.
Right.
Right? But you can watch a spaghetti Western movie. You can watch a John Wayne Western. They'll repeat that shit, right? They're not going to do it as much with a Sidney Poitier movie. So these younger kids won't get that exposure, or, people our age won't get that exposure. We got to be saying, hey, there's people who came before us. We stand on shoulders of giants.
Right.
Sidney Poitier is a giant.
Yeah.
You're a black actor. You need to know who this person is. You watch black films. You need to know who this person is. Right. So I think people like Sidney Poitier, Cicely Tyson, not so much because she's appeared in current films.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? She's still currently acting, right? So you'll get her.
Well, she's not currently acting.
No, well, not currently, so you'll get her. You'll see her amongst younger stars, and kids will be like, "Well, who's she?" And then the history will come out. Oh, right. She acting from Wayne, but Sidney's not afforded that luxury. So it just, like I said, it sucks because he should have been more celebrated because he did open doors. Mm-hmm. He did, no question about it.
And how you feel about TV Dad?
And again, TV Dad, right? So I can see why the impact is where you'll show more affection, or
sympathy, or
more sympathy, remorse, empathy towards Bob Saget, because we're a generation that grew up with Family Matters.
Wrong show.
Sorry, Full House.
Yeah,
Full House. And I thought I had Full House in my head first, and I don't know why. I think a call popped in my head, and then Family Matters just jumped in.
Social media's gonna eat us alive.
Yeah.
He didn't get that show right.
But Full House, and like we grew up with that show,
Mm.
right? So we know Bob Saget. And right after we grew up with Full House, we grew up with America's Funny Home Videos, right? So it's like there's that an attachment. He was like in our living rooms during our generation, where Sidney Poitier wasn't.
Right.
Right. Sad because way too young. 65.
65 ain't old.
65 is not old at
65
all,
ain't
man.
not old.
65
Remember when
is
I was
not
younger, I look at 65 as something old.
Right.
But I see there's people that I work with. They're like 59, 60-ish and stuff like that. I'm like, so they're a few years from 65. And I still feel like they can still go.
Yeah.
65 don't feel like it's old to me.
No, but it doesn't feel like it's old. And look at him. He looked nowhere near 65.
True. Hollywood's a different kind of...
Hollywood, that's what I say. You guys, the Hollywood's a different type of makeup. But at the same time, at the same time, 65 is not an age for passing.
And they still never said like what he actually died of. They just said he just was found dead.
Right.
In the hotel room and everything like that. I mean, there's some theories that came out about COVID. Some people said like, you know, it could have been OD'd or some stuff.
Right.
But I heard that he had a heart thing.
Mm-hmm.
He had a heart issue and stuff like that. And so I don't know if it's something current or something he knew about from way back when.
Right, okay.
And everything like that. But like, yeah, like when he was found and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you're right. The TV dad thing, because I want to say, in the media world now, compared to media world back then, we were just, I want to say, Bob Saget was just there.
Yeah.
Bob Saget was there. And I want to say, like, even like Betty White was just there. Because you were getting Golden Girls, and when Golden Girls was done, you're getting Golden Girls in syndication, and she was popping up on other things and stuff like that. And then he'd be like, okay, she kind of faded off. Hot in Cleveland came up, and she's kind of right back.
Right.
It's right there, stuff like that. Bob, after the whole, I want to say the America's Funniest whole videos run and everything like that,
Yeah.
he was in random movies. I remember he was in one of the Dumber like prequels.
Okay.
And he's like, there's shit everywhere. And then he was cussing them like, yeah, because I remember the first time when I went to Just for Laughs
Right.
in Montreal and stuff with her, and I see him there. He's like, yeah, if you're looking for that Danny Tanner bullshit, yeah, that's just dead and gone. I'm like, that's not Danny Tanner? That's Danny Tanner. He's kind of talking kind of wild and reckless. I'm like,
Right.
okay, I like this kind of Danny Tanner now.
Right.
Because that's the shit I'm on.
Yeah.
And so it was an awakening. But that's what I'm saying. Again, he would headline. He would still go around in the comedy circuit and stuff like that. And then he would still pop up every now and then in some other spots.
Because he, like you said, they found him in a hotel. I think they did a show
the night before.
Night before, yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, like we were in this era where he was privileged to be in this area compared to, like, I guess, Sydney, where it's just, you were getting constant.
Right.
That's not downplaying Sydney's movie, like, repertoire is not massive and extensive and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because as actor-wise, he did a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But I want to say it's just that it's just not that prevalent. So when you were saying and stuff, whatever, too, the first thing came to my head was like, you know, if they had like a BET classic movie channel or some shit like that, whatever, where they just would play like movies of the past.
Right.
But then again, I remember I was watching 106 in Park when 106 Park was still on.
Yeah.
And there was the thing of like, all right, say it was like 2008, and they're like, their throwback was like from 2000.
Yeah.
Like I was seeing it, they're like, all right, and we're gonna play a throwback Thursday song, 50 Cent in the club. Is it though? I was like, New Edition might be a throwback, but then again, how far are they going back? So that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Same thing with these movies. Would they go back that far in the crates and stuff like that? Because I guess what's coming to dinner, I think I was black and white.
Yeah.
And the Bill Cosby flicks that he did and stuff like Up All Night.
But those movies should be playing during Black History Month.
I agree. Not only should then, but those.
Yeah, well, I mean, not only then,
they would
but
highlight
it would make
more
sense to play it during Black History Month.
Yeah, we're not getting those, so we have ourselves to blame for that one. All right, R.I.P. Two goats, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you want to take this, but okay, let's let's talk about the hot pocket pussy thing real quick.
Hot pocket.
How you feel about this? Tell the people about this. Because remember, it's just a rumor.
Okay.
It's just a rumor. Go ahead.
Like I said, if the rumor is true, no words.
No, it's elegance.
Well played. Well played. Okay. How do you feel about it? I think it's ingenious.
If everything is true,
Yeah.
serves the young lady right. Story for the masses and stuff. But it was that Drake allegedly put hot sauce in a condom after he had consensual sex with an IG model, and after
do we have a confirmation on that hot sauce kills the sperm cells?
No.
Because is this part of the story also a myth too?
Well, because I think there's certain things. It doesn't take much for sperm cells to die.
Right.
Like even like
I mean,
air.
if they stay out of air, if they're in air too long, they'll die.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, yeah.
So I mean, like that could have been it. Just stuff. Most of these condoms have spermicide and stuff, whatever, right?
Right.
So that could be the spermicide in there. But I guess just to put the extra nail in the coffin and stuff.
Just to make sure.
Yeah, got a young woman, had consensual sex, threw away the condom, didn't flush it. I don't know why he ain't flush it. I always flush.
That's what I did, and that right there didn't make sense to me, because I'm not the condom. Throw it in and flush.
That's it. I don't need no hot sauce required.
Yeah. And I stay there and watch that motherfucker go down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she went in the washroom after him.
Mm-hmm.
He put hot sauce in the condom allegedly, and then she tried to put it right back in her. And she got a hot pussy
bucket
from it. I felt like one, he hasn't said anything and stuff pertaining to it, right?
No.
And I feel like when you're a lot of times and stuff, whatever, like it's like those myths, like David and Goliath.
Well, the fact that we don't know the IG model, we have yet to find out the identity of this IG model, lends the myth theory for me.
But would you want to be known as the woman with hot pocket pussy?
Bruh, people will seek fame for the weirdest shit. Women are out here licking toilet bowls. Do you think someone would really mind being Miss Hot Pocket Pussy if she knows she can get how many followers off of it?
Very valid. Very valid. Attention is a hell of a fucking thing.
It's a hell of a thing. So the fact that someone hasn't stepped forward and said, I'm Miss HPP. You down with HPP? Yeah, that bitch is me.
Yo, it was just too wild. I looked at it.
It's wild.
It was funny, and I like the videos that people are making. And
Dude,
stuff, like the spin-offs from these things.
Listen, internet, we love you, man. The level of creativity of people out there. Thank goodness for internet to give you this outlet.
Certified genius. Yo, salute to all the people that make their follow-up videos and all the above pertaining to this. I just looked at stuff. I was like, yeah, I haven't seen the model.
Right.
Champagne Poppy himself ain't say shit.
Mm-hmm.
And
there is a video though with him lying in bed and a bottle of hot sauce beside him. Do you see that?
No.
So you're the only woman I love, and he turns on. He looks at the hot sauce.
What is wrong with y'all?
That Champagne Poppy playing into it.
You might as well go.
Might as well.
You might as well,
man.
Because sometimes it's stuff whatever, like to fight off all the truths and not truths and everything like that. I never forget. I remember way back when I was watching MTV had this thing called True Life.
Yeah.
Not True Life. Diary. And Diary would do like a diary of like a specific celebrity.
Okay.
Like a fragment in their life.
Right.
There was a chick that drove up on Jay-Z.
Mm.
Right? It was a Jay-Z diary and stuff. She drove on Jay-Z. She's like, yo, I heard you got Aaliyah pregnant. He's like, nah, you got Aaliyah pregnant. Like, you're telling the person.
Right. Yeah.
Your truth.
Yeah.
When they know the actual truth, but it's like somebody coming to you and stuff like, yo, I seen you, man. You don't live in Brampton. You'd be like, yeah, dude. You love my wife and my kids. And you're like, nah. You in Scarberia and stuff, whatever. Like, I see you go to a condo in Scarberia.
Wait. Like how you tried to tell me I started off with a goatee and I didn't have a full beard.
Hey, yes, just like that.
Just like that.
Just like that. Just like that. Yeah, I was like, yeah, no problem and stuff, whatever. Like animated, he fully cut off that shit. I told you, he had a shicey ass beard.
Look, that right here, that's supposed to be the black part. This is supposed to be the white part right here. So that's what I said. When they stylized this, that's what happened. So it looks like a goatee.
You had a shicey beard there, man.
It looks like a goatee.
I have a goatee. So you see the rim and stuff. I have a goatee. You just got a shiesty ass beard going on. Like now you got a little fluff coming in here. My Kratos shit on beach is like 10 times over. But that's what I'm saying.
It was there. It was, you know what I mean?
It was there.
It was a side shade.
But people, like, and that's, you know, I had a situation and stuff, whatever. A relative of ours,
right,
had a baby on the highway.
Okay.
There's a chick. I was in school at the time. There's a chick. She rolled up on me and told me the whole fucking story.
Right.
Then she showed me the newspaper article. I'm like, oh shit, it's my cousin.
Yeah.
Right? So she's like, but she didn't hear that part. Somebody else heard that part. Right? So I'm like, are you sure that's how the story went? She's like, yeah, you know what you talk about, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, all right. So she walked away. We had class.
Yeah.
So I made a call. I'm like, oh shit. I called cousin. I'm like, didn't know this happened to you.
Right.
I'm seeing it. She's like, yeah, let me tell you the story. So I've been telling the story all over and over.
Right.
Left nothing out.
Yeah.
So the following day I see a chick. I was like, yeah, I think your story had a little remix and stuff for her too. You don't know what you're talking about, Marv. Okay? I know the story. That's what's wrong with you men. Typical men just always want to mansplain.
Want to be right. No. I spoke to the actual person.
I know the legit actual person. I was telling such and such yesterday that that's my cousin.
Yeah.
I had to call the fucker. Call my cousin on speakerphone.
No.
And I was like,
because that person wouldn't not just take your word for it.
No.
Wow.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, go ahead. Sleep with hot sauce next to your bed. Go ahead, Drake. Go ahead. Do it.
Go ahead.
Do it. Because people are going to have what they want to say about you regardless.
Listen, man, dude. Listen.
No one cares about the truth.
Listen, when I posted in the group chat, what was the first thing I said? Whether this is true or not, I don't give a shit because it's funny.
It's funny. It's funny.
And I'm going to post it.
It's funny. Because I'm like, this girl is thirsty.
Thursday.
I was like, yo, I would have thought Ray Donovan shit, whatever. Like, you know.
That instantly came to my head.
Yeah, give him some head, suck him off, and you know.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna get more champagne. You know? Seal that away, like, you know. Keep that shit on ice.
Open up the door and give it to the driver.
Have a full plan, but nah, these ones kind of different on here, man. I don't know. One more before we get to a question of the week. Jan Jackson. She has a doc coming out, you know, her documentary coming out.
Okay, yeah.
And she said she was guilty by association with Michael's legal issues. And it kind of held her back from being she can be great in what she is. You agree with this?
Oh, hell no.
Ooh. Tell me why.
Okay. You, right? I'm saying you as the public.
Mm-hmm.
Me as the public. This is the first time I'm ever hearing about Janet having issues with her brother's family matters.
I don't think it's the first time.
This is the first time I'm hearing it.
Okay.
Right? You may not think it's the first time. Can you for sure say you're not sure it's the first time? Or you're sure it's the first time?
I'm sure it's not the first time because when he was going through all that whole type of stuff, I think whenever they drop Scream,
right,
that's when the first accusations about him coming out, you know, touching kids and everything like that.
Got it.
And she was riding. She's like, my brother doesn't do this type of thing and stuff like that.
Got it.
Right.
Yes. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But post-mortem, after his death, where all these legal issues around his case should be kicking in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have we heard anything about her being involved?
No, because I want to say with her, she had her own type of plight going on with the billionaire and the prenup thing.
That's all we knew about her.
Mm-hmm. Because like after that, because I think like, I think the name Jackson.
Yeah.
The name Jackson and stuff for there, and Derek Jackson as well. I feel like it has kind of a negative connotation to like society.
Do it.
So okay, if you think about like Mike when he was alive, right? You minus the allegations, the balcony thing, you know, with blankets over the balcony, they're like, yo, that Jackson name, Jackson, the name will kind of just stick out and stuff as problematic. So now Janet and her Justin situation with, you know, Nipplegate and everything like that.
Right.
I feel like Nipplegate kind of ruined.
Yes.
Not really her. I want to say, I think the nephews or something like that had like a music group too. T something.
They did.
They had a group.
Yeah.
And I feel like Mike Jackson's legal shit,
Right.
Janet Jackson Nipplegate,
Yeah.
fuck these kids from even trying to get off the ground and stuff like, because they're looking like, oh, this family right here. And now this family, because they stood together as a united front.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Like I said, when Janet came up, my brother knew, like, you know the Jacksons, the Jackson 5, the Jacksons,
Right.
as like a family that just kind of stuck together.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like Kevin Hart shit. Yo shit is my shit. And my shit is your shit. So that's how I'm like, you had to understand that this was going to be your shit when you said your brother wanted to do this type of thing. LaToya is like, he a pedophile.
Yeah.
LaToya was separate. LaToya went to oppose a Playboy, did her own type of shit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So he's looking like, no, LaToya shit is her shit.
Yeah. No, she changed her last name.
She went about the deep end. So I'm like, I do agree to an extent. Like if you say yes or no, yes. Some of Michael's woes weighed on the rest of the family from being great.
I can see it having an effect to a certain point, right? But for me, when I look at Janet Jackson, right, I think she got wrapped up with this millionaire, billionaire, do whatever who it is, and just said fuck you to the music. And now that she's not as wrapped up with it, she trying to make it seem like that's not the case.
Yeah.
Right? When to me that's what the case was. If you had stayed consistent, you'd still be around. She wasn't consistent.
Women don't want to be held until it's accountable.
I mean, you was with one of the greatest producers in our history, and you ain't do shit with him.
She one album.
She did one album.
The was it Demeter Joe? Cause that's her middle name.
Right.
Yeah, she did that. The hits was banging on there. Cause I mean, Jermaine Dupri produced a lot of that shit.
But you're Janet Jackson.
Yeah.
Which artists nowadays, or even then, like that time was just after Jermaine Jackson, which artist wouldn't want to work with you? Which producer wouldn't want to produce for you?
Very true.
All you had to do was just step in the limelight and take it. But she didn't want that.
No,
to me, she didn't want that.
No, and this is where I see exactly where you're coming from, because I look at him like, yeah, I can't fully pick a side and stuff for it, because I'm like, yo, Janet, regards to the fact and stuff for it, you're still in this in a conversation of like female artists and greatness.
Right.
You're still there.
Yeah.
You're still there.
I mean, think about it. Think of how hard she worked to take herself from out of the shadow of her brother.
From Pleasure Principle time and Rhythm Nation and all that type of shit.
So you worked so hard to get yourself from under your brother's shadow. Now you're gonna talk about you allowed yourself to fall back underneath the shadow of your brother's. Man, miss me with that bullshit. I'm sorry, Janet. I'm sorry. I'm getting worked up right now.
I always love it when Smooth acts like Marv and Marv acts like Smooth.
I'm getting worked up right now because look how hard you worked.
Yeah.
And you were the only Jackson to successfully do it.
Yeah, besides Mike.
Jermaine tried it, he couldn't do it.
Besides Mike, Janet.
You were the only Jackson to do it. Reba tried it, she couldn't do it.
Yeah. LaToya tried.
LaToya, she couldn't do it.
You're right.
Leave Mike alone. Now I'll end it with that.
Question of the week, folks. Mic drop has happened, and we picked the mic right back up. Is there a line between scientific breakthrough and playing God?
Is there a line?
Because, okay, let's talk about this pig heart thing.
Okay.
Right? So recently, with the modified pig heart,
Right.
they were able to put it within a human being. And so far so good. Guy's still alive.
Yeah.
They detached him from most of the vitals and stuff to kind of see how he can function and act. And so far so good. Last update I heard about was this past Thursday. He was still good. This is great for science.
Yeah.
But what if God had a plan for the person like to kick the bucket at set time? See, that's like, I look at this stuff as where today we've choose to do things regardless, and then we have I don't want to say moral compass, but I want to say a religious compass,
right,
about something.
Yeah.
When it doesn't work for us.
I think moral. I'll go back to moral. It doesn't necessarily have to be religious, because I feel like a lot of people in the science community struggle with it, and a lot of them are not religious,
right?
But they still struggle with the moral aspect of it.
Do you think so?
Yeah. So I would say I wouldn't necessarily say religious, but from a moral standpoint, you can tie the religious aspect to it, because those who are religious are looking at it from a moral standpoint.
So, okay. I look at like who's it? Is it Jehovah's Witnesses?
Right.
Jehovah's Witnesses, they don't do blood transfusions and nothing like that, whatever. It's kind of as is.
Yeah. I wonder if the Mennonite society is like that.
I don't know. Possible.
Yeah, because they don't even fuck with electricity.
Right. So I'm saying it might be possible. So that's what I'm saying. Like if set thing happens to set person,
right,
it's within God's will.
Right.
But then you have other people who still come out here like, no, we're gonna prolong this life. We're gonna give you artificial pig heart, and we're gonna clone some animals. You can use some organs off of them.
Yeah.
We're not playing God when it comes to that aspect. You don't feel like
I don't feel like it.
Really?
Yeah. And so here why I say I don't feel like it. If we're looking at it from the aspect of religion, right? God has endowed man with certain abilities, right?
Okay.
And it's up to man to improve on the abilities what God has given him, right? Seek knowledge is one of the key things within the Bible, right? As opposed to just not only worshiping a certain deity, but one of the themes is to actually go out and, seek knowledge for yourself, right? Part of seeking knowledge for yourself is discovering new things, discovering new ways of existing, right? If you discover a new way of existing and prolonging life, who gave you that ability to discover that?
This is what I'm saying. It comes back to like religious aspect and stuff to fit their
right,
to fit their bill.
Okay. So now on the flip side of that, right?
Right.
I don't think you can cheat death.
Yeah, so far I don't think so.
I believe like you have an appointed time. When it's your time to go, there's nothing stopping that. Dude can get
the heart transplant, still die the following day.
Yeah. Dude, like he's okay now, right? But we don't know how long it's going to last. Right? Hopefully it's a breakthrough and it lasts. But we don't know that at this point, right? And it could last. But guess what? Next year, heaven forbid, something could happen to take his life. It doesn't necessarily have to be that his heart was bad.
Out. Yeah,
right.
You get hit by a bus.
Yeah, exactly. Right? So in that same sense, no, I don't think he's cheated death. We just given a chance at more. He's just given him a chance at more life. And guess what? God gave man the ability to give him a chance at more life. It's just not his time to die.
Would you take the heart?
Would I take the heart?
Yeah, the modified pig heart.
If it meant me living, I wouldn't have a problem taking the modified pig heart.
Would you look at a pig different after that?
I look at a pig different. I look at a pig different today anyway, right? It's like I'm of the assumption that every living thing on this planet has the right to live.
Right.
I you know what I mean? I just had that weird sense of me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would rather them create that from a single cell gene, right? Develop it to a full-blown heart, than to kill the pig and take the heart out of the pig and put it in a human.
So,
and we're almost at that. We're almost at that technology where we can grow organs.
Kind of, but we're not there yet.
We're not there yet.
So that's what I'm saying. Like until we get there, we have to go about it like
we have to go about it.
And see, I'm for the pig. I'm for the pig because I look at it stuff as where like another body part that doesn't have to be wasted. Like
Right.
you're doing a full service and stuff. You're getting bang for your buck when the pig.
Right.
Bacon, football skin, you get a lot of things. The pig feet. You get a lot of bang for your buck.
Of course.
When it comes
you
to the
love
pig.
that.
Boy.
You love that, right? As a human, right?
Yeah.
But what if you were the pig? We're under the assumption that we're the only conscious living creature on this earth. And we know that's not true.
Exactly.
We know that's not true.
We know that's not true.
Okay, so what if you're the pig now?
And if that's what I'm saying, if I'm from the pig now, it's kind of like, motherfucker, who you guys playing God?
Yeah.
Because you guys and stuff, we're here together, and now you're looking at me like, oh, you can get more shit out of me to prolong your life.
Right.
No,
Right.
my life, pigs' lives matter.
Pigs' life matter.
And then now you're trying to cut me out the equation.
Right.
I was thinking about, and the other thing I think about, like, just thought about, I'm like, if I have a pig heart,
yeah.
I don't think I should eat bacon no more because I'm low key like disrespecting the people's.
You're disrespecting the
Yeah.
pig. Disrespecting the pig. But imagine now, right? The pig farm, right?
Yeah.
The one pig, the self-righteous pig in front of all the pigs. Folks, yeah. They use us for bacon. Yeah. They use us for leather. Yeah. Now these motherfuckers want to take our heart. Nah.
In terms of what's that shit? Animal Farm. In terms of Animal Farm, all over again with the
All over
politics,
again,
be
yeah.
like, nah. This shit has to stop.
I had stuff right here.
Yeah.
We was okay when they killed Mike for the bacon. Not the heart.
But they're gonna use clones. Remember, because they're cloning animals.
That's what I'm saying. And I don't mind them if we get to that point where we can take.
So okay, we're cloning a pig.
Right.
And we're taking the hearts from the cloned pig.
Yeah, but
you okay with
but
that?
eventually they're gonna skip that whole process of cloning a pig. No, they are. They're just gonna they say, okay, we can harvest our organs. We can literally grow the organ. We don't need to just have the pig.
Right. When they can get to that point.
Shit, we were talking earlier about food.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're growing meat from cells.
Yeah.
They're growing vegetables from cells, right? So at some point,
Beyond burgers.
At some point, we ain't gotta kill these cows or pigs no more to satisfy our lust for food
Or hearts.
or hearts.
Hashtag pigs life matter.
But to say, I mean, I just think it's advancements of man, and we are going to. It's like nothing stays the same. Nothing stays the same. Change is constant. Improvements are constant.
Change is gonna come. Yes.
Yeah, improvements are constant, and at whether we like it or not, we won't be here, right? But at some point, there is going to be an analog and digital conversion. Convergence. I believe that.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Analog and digital convergence? What do you mean?
With this whole
worlds gonna
this
clash?
whole talk about the singularity.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I believe eventually it'll get there, whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
We can't fight that. What else is there left for a human to advance to? Think about that.
Exploring oceans, Doug. I always say, like, I don't get why we're going up there instead of going down there first.
You know, under 90% of the world's oceans is like unexplored.
I know. But we're going up there. We want to go.
yeah,
we want to go up there before we go down there.
Yeah.
Like this shit is like beneath us.
Yeah.
We ain't got to travel too far for this shit. We just have to build enough to kind of go down there.
I'm wondering, what is the level of difficulty going down there, right? Because, of course, the terrain, it's like we're on it. It's like the Earth's surface is like the equilibrium. We stand on the equilibrium. We go too far down, the pressures will just crush us to death.
Mm-hmm.
We go too far up, there's not enough oxygen for us to survive.
To one of that nice balanced area.
Right. So we're still explorers, right? So we got to make up in our mind, what do we feel like we can conquer? Can we conquer the depths of the oceans, or can we? Is that what they're thinking, to make them have the decision where, okay, no, it's too hard to go down there. Plus, we kind of have an idea that there's shit down there that we might not be able to conquer. We don't know what's up there yet. So we still feel we're safe.
I feel like this shit we might be able to conquer and stuff, whatever, down there with the things that we have.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's just the pooling and the funding and the research and everything like that, where the dollars are going.
Right.
Because it's kind of like, yeah, where do you benefit? Like if you're a multimillionaire and everything, they would put money back for like things like to find the lost city of Atlantis. Because they would feel like if they found Atlantis, everything they find in there, the treasures and all type of stuff, they can benefit from this.
Right.
If not, throw it up and like get cashed in for some value, throw it up in a museum, make some money off an attraction, something along those lines.
Yes.
Right? That's why they have like SeaWorld and everything like that. The attraction is this set animal we found, and they can do all these types of tricks and wet people up and make people feel special.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Where we can reap the benefits and stuff from that, whatever, right? And I think if they realize they can't reap too much benefits from it,
then
they want to leave it alone.
Yeah, because I mean, they're already talking about within the next 10 years how space is supposed to be some multi-billion-dollar industry.
Of course, I see that.
So whereas we've been here so long on the Earth, and they probably still haven't figured out how to successfully monetize the oceans. Maybe going out to space makes a lot more sense.
If you make them wicked ass underground tunnel things and stuff for that, and it's not going too deep.
But that's what I'm saying. Like
the drive tunnels?
Yeah.
Cause like it would be dope as hell to see, like, you know, like if I'm concrete secure about how this damn tunnel might be.
Right.
Like if I'm saying like certain, like, oh shit, you can just drive and look and see, like, you know, like dolphins kind of swim past you while you're driving underneath the tunnel.
Right.
That's dope. But if I see like some big ass great white shark and stuff like that, I might never drive that tunnel again in my life. Or like some unknown whale or
I think for me, it would be the security. Like how well of a structure that this shit is. Like it's not gonna come, like the pressures of the ocean is not gonna come crashing the shit in and have us drop. Because if that's the case, if you can make it where it's bulletproof, I wouldn't mind staying in an underwater hotel.
Oh, you bought that? Okay, yeah.
Imagine an underwater hotel where you look out and it's just like
Atlantis. Yeah, I think like some of the Sandal Atlantis resorts has that.
Right. I wouldn't mind that. But I mean, like, yeah, some of the like the Sandal resorts, but they're just off the beach. You know what I mean? You're not seeing nothing exotic.
Are you
I'm
saying
talking like the ocean.
Like
I'm like
out there and then deep.
Yeah, you go deep down where you seeing shit that you would never see on the coast of your island.
I'm already pissing myself.
That's what I'm saying. This got to be mad stable.
Yo,
I don't want to be looking out my window and seeing like a hammerhead coming in. Full speed. Gun.
Room service!
Get me the hell out of here.
I'm checking out tonight. Let's get to the Ask the Sons and slide up out of here. I found the question for your ass. First, Ask the Sons. John_Lou. John Lou. What culinary hill are you willing to die on?
Hill am I willing to die on? Spring chicken?
You told me. Presentation is everything.
Yeah.
And at least 5 different seasonings, man. If you put salt, black pepper, and garlic powder, that is not cooking to me.
That's not cooking to you?
That's not cooking
No?
to me. I put that shit
That's
in my
mask.
fucking French fries. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
what? Yeah, come correct. What color hell are you dying on?
It's got to be a few, man.
There's got to be a few.
It's got to be a few. I don't want anything too exotic.
What's too exotic?
Like it doesn't like sit on a normal plate. You got to go somewhere else to go. Like monkey brains, I'm not trying monkey brains.
Okay, so you're not fucking with monkey brains of any sort?
Brains of any sort.
Okay,
Yeah,
so that's
yeah.
a hill. All right,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
a hill.
Yeah.
You had fish brains though before, didn't you? Like fish head
No.
and everything?
I'm not the dude to suck the fish head. No.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Pause.
yeah.
I think that one deserved the prize.
Rainbow trout, big fish, steam fish, red snapper, escovitch.
Shout out to Gallus.
Yo, yeah, I'm not about that. I don't know. I can't eat like heads of animals.
Yeah.
I can't eat heads of animals and stuff like that. Like, yo, give me like the neck down.
Yeah.
And I'll fuck with it and stuff like. I don't know if I can eat a head. So yeah, that's another culinary hill. That
I got a funny story about that. One time, when we were working for the music software distribution company, I had one of my coworkers, white dude. I mean, just up the street from us was a West Indian restaurant, right?
Mm.
So he's like, he likes West Indian food and so forth like that. So he's like, okay, he's gonna walk and go get something to eat. So he decides to get himself snapper, right? Yeah, I mean, it's one of our things that we do well, right? So he decides to get himself snapper. So he gets it, comes back to work. Bus opens up the box, couldn't eat it.
Why?
Was not used to seeing fish with the head still attached. Yeah.
So it fucked him up
So
morally.
it fucked him up. So yeah, I can't
I
do
do
the
it.
fish. And fish don't got no eyelids.
Just looking like
Just
they killed me for you, didn't they? Yes. I see it.
I see it.
Next one comes from IRL 91. What healthy behavior are people shamed for? Sleeping.
Yeah.
We shame a lot of people for sleeping. Yo, sleeping is a fucking luxury for me.
Mm.
And I feel like I caught myself doing that shit like recently and stuff to somebody I know and like a relative.
Yeah.
I was talking to them like, yo, what's good with you? Like, 8 o'clock you go to bed? I'm like, it's some Ned Flanders shit. But here I am shaming them, but then fucking come like 11, 12 o'clock at night. I'm still not tired. I'm looking like, I wish I could get some sleep. These motherfuckers already sound asleep. They're probably in their like 5th session of REM.
Yeah. Mm.
I think we shame people for sleeping.
Yeah. I know. I can agree with that.
Yeah?
I can agree with that. You feel like some people sleep too much though?
No, that's a fantasy to me. I wish.
Yeah, it's a
I
fantasy.
wish.
You wish you could sleep too much.
Yeah, right. Last night I went to bed.
You
like,
wish, but in reality, though, if some people sleep to the point where they don't get anything done, and you're not that person.
wait, you know somebody that sleeps and like, so how the fuck they use
I
their
know
live?
some people they just love to sleep, and you be like, yo, bro, I know you love to sleep, but there's shit that you could do that's productive, but you don't choose to do. And I guess that's fine. I guess that's fine. But somebody like you have shit to do. You have shit that you want to do.
I have shit I want
So
to do.
your problem is you need to schedule your sleep. And it's hard for you to schedule your sleep because you're a person you're like me. You can't fall asleep on command.
I wish.
I wish I could. I wish I had that power to fall asleep on command.
I see motherfuckers just close their eyes, just put their hands together.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm like, that's narcolepsy to me. It's like, yo, teach me.
That's it. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. I gotta have the TV on. I gotta have shit
Everything.
to put me to sleep.
Everything. TV got to be distracting and everything like that. I'm like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Okay. Last one comes from Demon Colada. Nice. What is an adult problem nobody prepare you for?
Taxes.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I heard of taxes and stuff, whatever. Too much when I was younger. I know
You always know that is something that you had to
death
deal
and
with.
taxes were inevitable.
Right. But nobody has told you how to deal with taxes. They just tell you, okay, you gotta pay it.
I think eating healthy was one thing.
Yep.
Eating healthy is expensive. No one prepared me for that shit.
That's true.
Because they were like, you want to eat healthy, and stuff like that. I was like, I was laughing because remember the price hike for like food just went up and stuff recently, right?
Right.
Like before the Christmas time.
Right.
And I was there scratching my head. I'm like, who the fucking thought that a bag of apples and stuff whatever would be more expensive than like a nugget thing at like Burger King?
Who would have thought?
I was like, a nugget thing at Burger King is like $2.
Yeah.
And a bag of apples is like $3 pushing $4. Apples.
Yeah.
An apple a day keeps the doctor away. Well, if she's a dime, don't waste your time.
You think my mass production?
Well, what?
Because I mean, nuggets. I wonder what it is like nuggets compared to apples, the like production wise. Cause let's say you harvest around 100,000 apples a day,
Right.
right? But nuggets, you make 1 million nuggets a day. Does that surplus of nuggets help drive down the price of fast food? Like, is fast food there's so much abundance of it that they gotta make it cheap.
But I wouldn't even say it's only just fast food though. Because I want to say like even talking about like grocery store wise and everything.
Right.
Like I feel like those places and stuff, like
organic food is way more expensive than just regular grocery items. Yeah.
and organic's supposed to be the best way for you.
Right.
No modified, no GMOs, no nothing kind of wild
But again,
stuff like that.
is a supply and demand, because you may have just a few organic farms when, you know what I mean, just regular farms may outnumber them 10-1.
And this is why I say I go right back to presentation. Because if you clean off a nice organic apple and you put a nice little GMO plus apple right next to the chew,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna know the difference.
No.
I'm gonna smash both of them.
You're gonna see
bitches.
exactly.
So I said presentation. But
Yeah.
now if that GMO remix stuff looked like it kind of mean like it got beat up and got little brown marks on it, I'm gonna go for the organic shit. So presentation, baby, you can get me.
You can get him.
I do want to say the other thing is addictions. I don't think they prepared. They didn't prepare you for addictions, because some people and stuff have some wild ass addictions.
Right.
That's not even just straight drug. I want to say like drug is one,
Yeah.
right? Because like alcohol would be considered drug.
Yeah.
Porn.
Well then, okay, so then let's say this. They didn't prepare us to know that addiction can come in many forms.
Yes. Well said.
Because we knew about addiction.
We knew about addiction.
But all they hammered on us was alcohol
And drugs. Yeah, that's it.
right? But you're right. As you get older, there's so many, you can be addicted to so many different things. Whereas if they had taught you that younger, that it's not just alcohol, and you know what I mean, with drugs, you would have been better prepared as an adult.
Because think about it, like, some people are just addicted to just swiping.
Just swiping.
On their phone and shit like that.
Yeah.
And they'll like spend when somebody told me like, oh, they'll spend like maybe like 2 hours and stuff on Instagram and stuff. I'm like, doing what?
Yeah.
I was like, did I miss something?
Right.
I was like, yo,
right.
I'll go through some stories. I'll go through the chats. I'll go through a few things like, and I'm out. You might get me for a solid 30.
And just like that, and that person, and as I said, not recognizing it. You know what I mean? Not knowing, like that person, they're swiping and they're addicted. But you try to tell them that, and they'll argue with you and tell you that they're not, right? But all you simply got to do is say, okay, tomorrow, don't touch your phone.
There's going to be somebody be like, I'm not out here sucking dick to use Instagram. Be like, whoa.
Yeah, we didn't go that far.
But people out here sucking dick to feed their crack habit.
Okay, but tell you what, tomorrow put down your phone and don't touch it. If you can go the entire day without touching your phone, then we'll say you're not addicted.
Yo, they told me I have an iron will because I didn't watch Squid Game. You watch Squid Game?
I started, but then it like I couldn't get into it. So then after like maybe the first 2 or 3, I just
Once I heard the concept, I already know like I'm an anime dude. I know like 6 animes just like that.
Yeah.
Beforehand, so I was like, If I go to somebody's house and they're watching it, whatever, I'm like, it won't interrupt their flow.
Right. Yeah.
And everything like that. But other than no desire. No desire. But some people are just addicted to it. Like we're talking about like, you know Squid Game? I finished it all. Season 2 now. Be like, I'm useless.
See, and I'm not that, and it's gotta be like the recommendation has gotta come from somebody who I trust recommendations from. Like if you come and tell me to watch something, I'll watch it based upon me knowing you knowing the type of things that I like. I'll watch that, right? If you had come to tell me and say, "Yo, you gotta watch Squid Games," I'll watch it. But I'm not watching it because the masses are watching it.
I know that's the clickbait of it,
right? Yeah, I'm not watching because the like even with Tiger King, right? Like,
yeah, because you just watched Tiger King.
I just watched Tiger King.
And the masses watched it from 2020 March.
Right. And the only reason why I watched it is because I felt like I watched everything on Netflix. I don't have anything else to watch.
Except Squid Game.
Except Squid Game.
See, they next in your world.
But honestly, because we started, my wife watched it all the way through for all the episodes of Squid Game. And like I said, I started it with her, but I just, like after the first 2 episodes, it's like,
it's not your thing.
It's not my thing, right?
Simple.
And again, going back to Tiger King, I wasn't intending on watching it, but after the first episode, I'm like, hell yeah, I'm invested.
It hit different.
And I spent the next couple of days with Joe the Exotic.
It hit different. All right, man. We here.
We here.
So say the Suns for this week. So say the Suns for this week says, if you don't want to fight for what you want, then don't cry for what you've lost.
So says the Suns.
A lot of people think everything just comes so easy peasy, beautiful cover girl, like they ain't gotta do shit and everything. And then when opportunity doesn't happen, it's something like, oh, I know I should have did this if this would do that, or the regret aspect.
Right.
Even like I think a lot of times the regret aspect I feel, especially comes like in relationship talk.
Yeah.
And it's always the funniest to me. Well, if I did this, or if I did this, or I was more faithful, or more this, if I was more attentive,
right,
I would have still have said person. Why didn't you? Don't think about you should have, just do it.
Yeah. But even that, I mean, it's glad that you recognize it. Now you take that into your next relationship. Because guess what? Maybe that relationship was for you to recognize. Maybe you weren't supposed to stay in it.
No. I agree. Some situations and stuff, whatever, you're supposed to take the lesson and keep it pushing.
Take the lesson and keep it pushing.
Because
right?
like I said, we're too old to be taking losses now. It's just it's lessons.
Yeah.
The win and learn. So I mean, you take the lesson and stuff, you're like, all right, I'm gonna take a lesson. Not to fuck with your ass no more, but keep it pushing.
Right.
So,
and it's and then not to take the lesson, but don't dwell on the thing that gave you the lesson.
True.
Because that's the problem. You go, woulda, shoulda, coulda, not. It's past. You can't go back. I mean, yeah, you can possibly go bad there.
But
and
there's associated sons for that.
There's associated.
Do not resuscitate a dead situation.
It did. I mean, if the situation is not dead and you can kind of, if it's a rechargeable battery and you can, put some juice in it. But if it's like, the battery it's like.
You might be onto something. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. But I think you never miss your water till your well runs dry.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of times we wait till like the well is damn near about to be tapped out. Like I had conversations about like the healthcare system and stuff, the healthcare like workers and everything.
Yeah.
Like that. Like you have some, this is pertaining to Ontario. You have some hospitals, they put in that work and due diligence to keep employees happy.
Yes. Yeah.
And there's other motherfuckers, they'll wait till like it goes from they had 100 to now they only have 10. And now they want to beg the 10 to stay when you already lost 90.
Right.
Like, why are you crying about you only have 10 instead of 100? Because you didn't fight for the 90 to stay.
Right.
Right? And I was looking at it like that. I was like, this is an endless waltz. This is constantly going to happen and stuff until people realize to get this shit right.
Yeah,
they need to get off this beat and do right.
Because, I mean, the flip side of that is you not doing right by that 90 to make that 90 stay makes the other 10 questionable who stayed. So that's something you got to think about that. You got to really honestly think about that. And now you're fighting to keep the other 10 while you're trying to replace
the 90.
The 90.
Enough said. So yes, folks, once again, thank you for listening to the Podical Sons. Hope you enjoyed yourself and stuff. Like, comment, subscribe. PodicalSons.com, all streaming platforms. The Podical Sons podcast.
And listen. I mean, before we sign out, IG model, if this is indeed true and you're out there, the Sons want to talk to you. The Sons really want to know what were you thinking? And how bad was the burn? Sauce is like hot sauce. I don't need it. Yeah.
I have ghost pepper ketchup at the house. You know, I like my food and my women hot.
Yeah.
Ghost pepper ketchup even burns. And that's ketchup form. That's not even the full hot sauce. Yeah. Which hot sauce did he use? Because, Taco Bell hot sauce ain't really Taco Bell hot sauce.
Right.
It's just kind of like, their suicide, their fire is like...
What if it was like a sriracha package?
I just seen one of those the first days in my life a few years ago.
Oh, yeah? Yeah?
I've always seen hot sauce and chili sauce package, but I've never seen a sriracha package until I was like, they do exist. Come used to them at the tables.
Yeah.
The full bottle.
They exist.
Once again, thank you for listening to Podical Sons. Remember, the difference between genius and stupidity...
It's hot sauce.
Clearly!
It's hot sauce.
It's hot sauce. It's that genius has his limits. Peace and love, y'all.
The Podical Sons with not your average Joseph and Sofa King Marvelous.